Governor Willie Obiano has sworn in the first female Chief Judge of Anambra State at the Exco Chambers of the Government House, Awka, following the retirement of the former Chief Judge, Justice Peter Umeadi. The swearing-in ceremony attracted legal luminaries from within and outside the state. Governor Obiano, however, gave assurance that he would give her the maximum support she requires, with hopes that she would encourage speedy dispensation of justice in the state.
The Exco Chamber of the Anambra State Government House, Awka, is filled with both serving and retired judicial officers to witness the historic swearing-in of the first female Chief Judge in Anambra State, Justice Ijem Onwumaegbu, the most senior judge in the state, upon the voluntary retirement of the former Chief Judge, Justice Peter Umeadi. Governor Willie Obiano walks in to commence the event, an occasion the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice describes as remarkable.
This is a day the first female Chief Judge is being sworn into.
The governor proceeds with swearing in of the acting Chief Judge.
I do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so help me God.
With her swearing in and signing of documents completed, the new acting Chief Judge pledges to work in harmony with other arms of government to ensure effective and speedy delivery of justice.
I also undertake that we will deliver justice to all manner of people without fear or favor.
Governor Willie Obiano, in his remark, assures the new leadership of the state judiciary of his support in order to accelerate the dispensation of justice.
To be the governor that has appointed a lady, an acting Chief Judge. So if you go into the history, you definitely got records. I want to reassure both the acting Chief Judge of the state and the members of the bar and the bench and bar in Anambra State that I will give her all the support required to be able to.
With the appointment of Justice Ijem Onwumaegbu as the first female Chief Judge of Anambra State, she joins Virginia Ngozi Etiaba, who also became the first female governor in Nigeria's history in 2006, making them one of the few women in Anambra to head an arm of government in that state.
To security stories now, the death toll from the recent attack on Karamai community in Kujuru local government area of Kaduna State has increased from 29 to 40. For this reason, the state government says that it will soon set up a judicial commission of inquiry to look into the remote and immediate causes of incessant conflicts in the area with a view to bringing the perpetrators to justice. About 200 gunmen invaded the village in the early hours of Thursday while residents were asleep, shooting sporadically and burning down over 40 houses before the arrival of security operatives. The gunmen also ambushed the police patrol team in the area, killing the policeman.
Very sad that people that have lived together side by side for hundreds of years have suddenly started killing each other. These cycles of violence, particularly in Kajuru and Kachia local area, must stop. It is not in our culture, it is not in our religions. Our two holy books, the Bible and the Quran, do not allow any human being to kill another. So those that are doing this are not people of God, they are godless people. They are neither Muslims nor Christians. They are godless people. And we must all join and unite to condemn them. And we must remember that these cycles of violence can never end as long as we believe in revenge and reprisal. We have leaders, we have community leaders, we have law enforcement officers that you should report anyone that has done anything wrong to you. Do not take the law into your own hands. Because if you do, everyone else can take the law into his own hands and the cycle will never end.
Kaduna State Governor Nasser El-Rufai. In the meantime, Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari has condemned the killing of 13 people in Kawaye village in Anka local government area of the state, describing the act as inhumane. The governor made the comments when he visited the scene of the incident to condole with the victims and assess the level of damage done by the gunmen. The governor sympathized with the residents of the community and assured them of government's relentless efforts in securing the lives of the people of Zamfara State. The gunmen had stormed the village on a motorcycle at about 5:30 on Tuesday evening, engaging 12 policemen on duty in the community and overpowering them. Several houses, including shops, were ransacked and burnt in the attack.
We are no longer going to have a dialogue with them after doing damage, after killing our people, and asking them to do dialogue with who? Dialogue, not this time around. They must receive back what they give us. And the security is here. The issue of dialogue is not in this point in time. We must show them government is in place, and our security operators, they are up to them.
Some internally displaced persons in Lao local government area of Taraba State want more attention paid to them as they live each day in fear and hunger. This is a statement that has ripped through the hearts of the state governor, Darius Ishaku, who has promised to do all within his powers to bring succor to them. Governor Ishaku was speaking during his political campaign to retain the state.
Governor Ishaku arrives Lao local government area with his entourage. He moves to some communities ravaged by crisis between January and August 2018. Donada, Yiti, Katibu, Bujum Waya, Bujum Kasua, and Bujum are the most affected in the crisis. Residents here live in fear.
We are appealing to the government at all levels to join hands with Governor Darius Ishaku to ensure that this place is back again.
At this nursery and primary school in the state capital, Jalingo, where some internally displaced persons are taking refuge, the sight is pathetic. The IDPs crave to return home.
When you look at the IDPs, you see them very dirty. There are no toiletries, no soaps, no detergents to take bath, to take care of themselves. No, what they are dirty. Even the clothes they used to have are worn out. So it's a very, very desperate situation. It's a very serious situation.
Governor Ishaku tells them his plan.
But we will see what to do to at least fast track and get them back here. And the fastest way is to get security for them. That is, once there's security, there will be confidence for them to move back. But without security, nobody will come and see here. You see how vast the place is, and it's so porous.
With this assurance, hope is restored for these people as they begin the countdown to returning to their ancestral homes.
In a bid to combat the deadly scourge of substance abuse in the country, telecoms company MTN Nigeria has kicked off the activation of its anti-substance abuse program ASAP in Lagos. As part of activities, top officials and other partners took a walk around the streets of Ikeja in Lagos to drive home the message of saying no to drugs. The executive secretary of MTN Foundation at the event said that the walk is designed to raise public awareness and advocate for more effective methods to address this national issue.
According to a 2016 report from the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime UNODC, Nigeria is a known trafficking hub for controlled substances, with many young Nigerians in metropolitan areas getting entangled in drug-related offences. Telecoms company MTN Nigeria says it's taking the bull by the horn to drive the message of curbing the increasing rate of substance abuse in Nigeria, and it begins with this exercise routine. Then it's time to hit the streets in what is described as a walk for life and hope. Major streets are covered as individuals are giving informational material. For MTN Nigeria, this is the Lagos launch of its anti-substance abuse program Walk.
Really and truly, we have a war at our hands, and we really need to all come on board and fight for the future of our young people. People are abusing substances, not just the hard drugs, all the other tablets, all the other substances, and we think that it's important for us to all join hands and do something about it.
We are creating a platform and collecting all those who work in this area so that we have a synergy to work together to attempt to solve the problem of this drug abuse, beginning from youth.
In the fight against this scourge, the telecoms company is not running the race alone.
We have actually many stakeholders right now involved. We have faith-based organizations, we have the NDLEA, we have the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Youth, we have the Nigerian Police Force.
As the event in Lagos winds down, MTN Nigeria will be replicating all the activities under the ASAP initiative in 5 other states and the FCT Abuja.
You're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, reaching you live from Lagos. Let's flip our pages now, shall we, to business news with Anne Wilder.
We'll begin business news tonight with a rather sad one. About 366 billion naira has been lost at the domestic stock market this week, and that's after risk-averse investor switched their portfolio into other investment instruments following the outcome of Nigeria's presidential elections. The plunge in the overall value of listed equities dominated 3 trading sessions this week, and it had the most impact on the banking, the consumer goods, and the oil and gas sectors, and it led to 2.12% drop in the market's main index. However, volume of shares transactions was higher by more than 40%, and that's when compared to the last week at 1.7 billion units in 22,319 deals worth over 19.68 billion naira, largely driven by investors' increased preference for the shares of Diamond, Access, and Zenith shares. In the meantime, traders are expecting bargain hunting to drive positive trading in the new month. First Bank is 125 years this year, and to kickstart what will be a year-long celebration, the institution's management team, staff members have joined guests to host a new flag at its corporate headquarters in Marina, Lagos. On the various achievements and plans for the future, the bank's managing director and the chief executive officer, Mr. Adeshola Adeduton, says the brand is on a definitive mission to create a strong global presence.
It's a day of history, celebration, and one of conviviality wrapped in a great deal of fulfillment. Who wouldn't be? First Bank is 125 years in Nigeria. For a bank established pre-amalgamation, stayed on to pre-colonial, pre-independence, and still standing on a sound financial footing, the business community had to be interrupted in honor of the unfolding story of an enduring growth. The presence of Nigeria Army Band, the Oba of Lagos, among other distinguished guests from the business community, is significant, as you will see in a bit. The ceremony requires tact, experienced fingers, and a detailed procession. That's exactly what you are served here to reinforce amidst celebrations the story of measured progression. These 125 years, First Bank is kickstarting a year-long celebration at this event by hoisting a flag at its iconic head office in Marina. The street even stood still in honor, and that's why you have the Army Band. The Oba of Lagos represents the #1 landlord in Lagos. As a memorabilia representing dominance, the new flag symbolizes the identity, impact, preeminence, and reference of this institution.
Today's ceremony, which is the hoisting of our 125th anniversary flag, is to signpost another 125 years of prosperity, another 125 years of rendering valuable financial services, of rendering impactful services, impacting the society where we operate, not just within Nigeria, but outside of the shore of this nation where we have successfully planted the seed of First Bank.
The anniversary flag is a combination of the bank's iconic logo, the elephant, the figure 125, the embroidery in fabrics from different cultures representing the nations, peoples, and the diversity, the Nigerian map representing their roots, and the world map for their global footprint. A white background to depict success, safety, and mastery of financial services.
And that's Business News Tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm Anne Wilder.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Swiss maestro Roger Federer has won his 100th career title after defeating Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-4, 6-4 in the finals of the Dubai Tennis Championship. Stay with us.